Bethany Billy is pregnant.
I am with child as a dad.
Can you believe it? I'm actually saying it.
Full acceptance of the vessel that you've been given, even if you feel like it's failed you.
Because we weren't able to conceive or create life, we weren't able to create anything of substance.
I feel so much hope and so much of the miraculous is working in our lives right now that things are just literally going to start falling into place and like snowballing.
Welcome to the Art of Us podcast. I'm Jamarl, joined with my beautiful wife, Bethany Billy. And I can't believe we're actually making this video.
Me neither. Can you tell by our faces that we're a little bit happy?
After 9 years of infertility, Bethany Billy is pregnant.
I am with child. What the heck?
Oh my gosh. I'm so flabbergasted.
Yeah, still, like...
I'm gobsmacked. It's been a few weeks since we found out and I'm still speechless.
Yeah.
An emotional wreck and all over the place.
Literally. Like, we're just crying, like, all over the place, aren't we?
Just throughout the day, just...
Randomly. And he's not even the one that's pregnant. He hasn't even got the pregnancy hormones running through his body.
Oh, wow. I mean, can you, like, how are you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing, baby?
How
you doing, baby mama?
How you doing, baby Billy? Oh my gosh. Yeah, we are like just in utter awe. I'm 11 weeks pregnant currently, so I'm like...
At time of recording.
But
by the time you're listening to this.
Yeah, no one knows. We haven't announced it yet on our YouTube. So this is like in the past. But yeah, I'm 11 weeks pregnant, so I've only got 1 week left until we hit the second trimester of pregnancy.
Wow.
What the heck?
What is going on?
Oh my gosh.
What is going on?
It's just such a mind boggle, like after going through infertility for 9 years to then suddenly be holding a pregnancy test that says positive. Like what do you do with all that like new information? It means that everything, your whole story has shifted into a different chapter.
Yeah, it's wild, isn't it? And if you've seen that video, which we would have posted before this one, you'll see the shock on our faces.
Genuine
when we
shock.
Found out, because I think in my mind, where I was at that moment, I was in this place of, you know, it is what it is. We've done tests before so many times. Like,
so many times.
We know the deal. A lot of the times it hasn't worked out and it is what it is. And so I don't want to make it out to be anything more than it is. I'm just kind of, you know, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But
just trying to play it down, like majorly.
Yeah.
We'd actually stopped taking pregnancy tests for like quite a long time because we were just like, it's too sad. And like, if you've gone through infertility, you know, like what it's like taking a pregnancy test and seeing negative after negative after negative. Like,
yeah. So must have been at least a year, maybe more, since we'd actually done a pregnancy test. And I think we'd got to that point where we were just like completely accepting of whatever happens. And then, and then it happened.
It happened.
Like,
our
wow.
faces, I've never seen my face look like that in my life. My whole like countenance was just like utter shock and then utter emotion. And then I felt like I was going to have a panic attack because I was like, everything I've ever like known is like changed in an instant and things are going to be different now. Like, well, how do you process that?
I know. I had to look at the test multiple times, and we even took more tests afterwards just to make sure we knew what it was, that it was true, that it was actually happening. Because the feeling in the moment, it just is so surreal.
Yeah, it's so surreal. And like, we definitely want to like acknowledge all of the people that have like supported us and given us so much like comfort over the years of like heartbreak, essentially. Thank you so much for like being there for us. To our friends that like know us in our everyday life, our family that know us in our everyday life, but also to you guys. Our subscribers have been so incredible, even down to helping me get diagnosed. Like people on our YouTube channel told me to go get specific things checked, which ended up like sending us down a whole rabbit hole of things that we never knew was going on. And you never know, like we may not have been here right now, maybe, if it wasn't for some of you guys.
Yeah.
So
it's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, it's been a few weeks since we found out we got pregnant. The initial emotion has died down. I still feel like it's really surreal and everything. But we've kind of also been in a stage of life where Beth is working away from home.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of been strange because we got this amazing news and then Beth 5 days a week is off at a different place, like working on this film, which is an amazing job, but also means that it's like we just got dropped this amazing breakthrough and then we're just separate for like a week at a time. And so it's hard to almost even acknowledge the emotional impact because we're apart.
Yeah, it's hard to like fully process it and like ground it in our bodies when like I'm working crazy hours at the moment on a film. And so we barely see each other. And by the time I get home, I'm so exhausted because not only am I doing crazy long hours, but I'm pregnant. So I just want to go to bed and not speak to anybody.
Yeah. No, that makes complete sense. And I'm thinking like, as a father. Oh, did I just say that?
I think you just dropped the F-bomb.
As a father, as a dad.
Can
you believe it? I'm actually saying it. I'm saying it.
Don't say it again.
As a father.
No.
As a dad. It's strange because my wife is away and I think there's always like a bit of separation from what I've heard from other dads when their wife is pregnant. It's like there is a bit of separation because all the changes happening in your body. I'm kind of just observing all of these things and seeing the pregnancy test and seeing like your body change a little bit and seeing these, different things, but it doesn't actually impact my life. And then added to the fact that you are now away from home, it feels like there's a lot of separation in the process, which isn't what I expected.
Yeah, it's definitely not like what we imagined, I think.
Yeah, first trimester, just being like apart from each other most of the time.
Yeah, it's wild.
I think my feelings towards it have definitely been so mixed because I want to be more involved and supportive, but then I'm also like, I really want to make the most of the time I'm apart from you rather than feel sad about it because we've got a baby on the way, which is wild. And I think, again, from what I've heard from dads and mums who are in our friendship group, it's like there is that added sense of urgency around some of the more traditional societal concepts like provision and safety and health and strength and all of these things. I'm like, okay, well, if I can't be there emotionally to support you, then maybe I just need to get my head down and really be productive while I'm away from you. And that's like, it's kind of surreal because I want to like really drink in being really present as possible in the pregnancy process because it's absolutely like we've been praying for this.
It's a miracle.
For like 9 years.
If you like hear the full story, which we'll tell you in another podcast, it is literally miracle after miracle how I got pregnant. Like it is freaking donkulous. Like it is mental. But I totally agree. Like I want to be as present as possible, and I keep finding myself wanting to just be more there and more present and more like. I take moments like throughout the day where I have my hand on my belly and I'm just like, wow, there's a human inside me right now with a heartbeat and little fingernails, all the bits and pieces. But I want to be more present, How can I be more present?
I think especially like, sorry, were you gonna?
I was just going to say, but I guess like after I finish this job as well in the next 2 months, then it's like, I'm all here. I'm all here for this baby. And we're off on some amazing adventures that we will tell you about later on.
Yeah. I think for me, I'm definitely wanting to be present as well. And it's just, I think it's just remarkable reflecting on 9 years. So we started trying. We got married when we were 20, and we started trying when we were 21. So
I was 19 when we got married.
Yeah. And so that's basically our whole 20s, our whole relationship. There are friends that we've had that have only known us in this journey of infertility. And our personality and our experience, our mental health, our emotional health has shifted so much throughout that process. And now that it's over, it's like we get to have this completely new experience, which will shape our lives completely differently. And I'm so thankful for everything that we've been through, but I'm also like, we have like battled so much with the mental and emotional side of things that I feel like some people only know us in that, and they don't know they don't know us in any other experience or any other journey. And I'm excited to see my answer to prayer revealed, and to see the impact on myself and you, on our personalities, on our expression. Like we were trying when we posted our first ever YouTube video.
Yeah, that's
how crazy is that?
If you go back right to the beginning, actually some of them are private.
I think we've hidden because they're just we were just goofing
too embarrassing,
around.
Too much, man.
We just had no idea. We were just goofing around.
At some point, maybe we should just unhide them, and you'll see what freaking weirdos we were.
But yeah, we were trying when we posted our first ever. So our YouTube community, our subscribers, everyone who's seen anything we've ever posted has only known us whilst we've been battling that story.
Yeah, and the thing is as well, like, it shows how silent this process can be for someone, because for years we did not speak about this on our YouTube channel. We didn't speak about it to anybody. It was a massive bomb when we spoke about it on our YouTube channel, because a lot of people in our lives didn't even know about that we were dealing with it. And that's how a lot of people feel, is like they feel like they have to be alone on this journey. But what we've discovered throughout this whole process is there's so much beauty to be found in being honest and vulnerable and open, and here we are. Yeah,
it's wild.
Also, going back to what you were saying about feeling that kind of added sense of provision and things like that for you, I also feel like this moment in our life is such a doors open moment that I don't actually feel worried about that, even though when I finish this movie we don't really know what's happening next financially. I feel so much hope and so much of the miraculous is working in our lives right now, that things are just literally going to start falling into place and snowballing. So I think we're good,
100%.
I think we focus 100%. On the joy and the excitement and living in that sense of wonder and just the magic of it all, and things all flow,
Can I take it a little bit deeper?
Oh yeah, please.
I want to go a little bit deeper. So I think one of the major things I battled with throughout the whole process was just the notion of creativity and creation, and how it felt like there was a tap that had been turned off on our creation because we weren't able to create a baby. And I felt like that kind of depressive, restrictive energy kind of leaked into my outlook on my own creativity and on my own passions and everything I was putting out. And it felt like there was just this limit for some reason. I just felt like, I guess I entertained this kind of lie that because we weren't being able to conceive or create life, that we weren't able to create anything of substance, and that all of our creative endeavors, well, particularly my creative endeavors, were capped or limited, or siphoned in some way to the point that it wouldn't do in me what I needed it to do, and it wouldn't provide me with the fulfillment of bringing an artistic concept full circle by sharing it with the world and everything. And I kind of got caught up in my mind a lot about the fact that, well, if I can't create a baby, then maybe I can't create anything good. Which is I think that was something I was working through a lot, specifically over COVID, when we were kind of faced with this harsh reality and we had nowhere to hide.
That was hard.
And so I thankfully have been working through that a lot and got to a really good place. I think maybe the last 2 years or so, I think we both got to a really good place with our infertility experience and just accepting who we are, and that is part of our story and experience, but isn't part of our identity. And we are fully, there is nothing holding us back in life, and we can fully accept and live our lives, whether we adopt, whether we conceive naturally, whether we do, medical intervention, whatever. But I had very much got to that point, like back in the day, of feeling completely lost creatively. And now knowing that we're having a baby and we've conceived naturally,
people,
which the doctor said wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So
multiple times.
Yeah. So now it's like, now that has happened, I feel like, well, if that's happened, anything can happen. I feel like my creativity is like through the roof at the moment, because I'm so excited about the possibility of having a child and being able to share creativity with them, but also knowing that everything that was spoken over us by the medical service or whatever, and they're just doing their job. No disrespect to them at all. They're doing their job, as they're doing what they have to do. But that is not true. And we're living in the reality of creative, like miracles.
Yeah.
And
100%.
so I want to accept that now as like a new level of creativity for my artistic expression.
So good. So good. I totally agree. And I feel the same. And also, like, I just want to say, there is no absolutes. Like, there are really no absolutes. If you've been told that you can't conceive naturally, there is no absolutes. We were told that multiple times. There's no absolutes. Also with what you were feeling, like that you couldn't create because we couldn't conceive. We couldn't create together a baby. There was no absolutes on that. Like you could. Yeah. It was just the mindset shift, wasn't it? It was the switch. Yeah. In like knowing that is not who you are. Yeah. That is not a core of like your identity. Like infertility isn't your identity. It may be something you're experiencing and it's hard, but it's not who you are. It may shape you, like the experience of it may shape you into the person that you are or that you will be. And I believe that our journey with infertility has massively shaped us into the people we are for the better. Like, I feel like so much more equipped right now to be a mother than I did 9 years ago when we first started trying. Like, that journey, hard as freaking heck. And I would never wish it on anybody ever. But I feel like the things that it's taught me through that process about myself, about life, about what I want to teach my children, about the way I want to live, a way we want to live together. Like, so many things. I could just go on and on and on about it. Like, the things that it's taught is priceless to me. Yeah. We're going to benefit so much from the lessons we have learned in the last 9 years.
100%. Yeah, so good. Yeah, you said it. You said it.
She went out and said it.
Like we said at the start, it's like in an instant, that chapter is over. That book is closed. And in a moment, our trajectory is now parenthood and family. And I never lost sight of that from a faith point of view and from the reality point of view. But being willing to face up to the emotional side of infertility and accept that is an experience you're going through, and like reject shame from it and embrace like everything that you're learning from it. That's so hard, but so brave and so bold. And like Beth said, it sends you on a trajectory that you then may not have wanted to go down or chosen to go down, but you now have the tools and the wisdom to be this whole new multidimensional person. And and so we are now heading towards a September 2025 due date for our baby, which
I get this. Sorry, you go.
You go, because I know what you're going to say.
I get this. So our baby currently is due on the 11th of September, and it will be born in our 11th year of marriage. Throughout our marriage, we have just had 11, like, on everything. Like, places, everywhere we have lived together has been 11 or a multiple of 11. Like every door number. Every single, and we've lived in a lot of places. Yeah. Oh my goodness, have we lived in a lot of places? Yeah. It's just like the there's just so many little things that we're like, oh my gosh, that's so silly.
Yeah, definitely. It's like the numbers are insane, even throughout our whole relationship. And there are Bible verses. There's a Bible verse in Hebrews.
We got together on the 11th of April as well.
Yeah, we got together on the 11th of April. And September is the same month we got married.
Yeah.
So the baby's due 5 days after our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So we would have been married 11 full years. Baby's due on the 11th of September. And we got together on the 11th of April.
2020.
2011.
2011. 2011. Whoa.
And there's a Bible verse in Hebrews. I need to dig it out.
Oh yeah, it's Hebrews 11:11. I'm pretty sure it is
11:11.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Hebrews 11:11.
Here it is. So yeah, so a lot of the time we'd use Bible verses and scripture to help like solidify our faith and our belief in knowing that we are going to conceive and knowing that God's promise is true over our lives, because we'd always believed that we were going to have a baby. And like we were saying, 11 has been so prominent in our lives. And Hebrews 11:11 says, and by faith, even Sarah, who was past childbearing age, was enabled to bear children because she considered him. Let me read that again.
I'm like, wait, what?
Let me read that again.
Did you drink something before this?
So Hebrews 11:11 says, and by faith, even Sarah, who was past childbearing age, was enabled to bear children because she considered him faithful who had made the promise. And so, yeah, it's just so wild how the numerology, I mean, you know, you may want to read into it whatever you want. I just think the symmetry in life and thinking about how God sees your whole life as one like print of art, one canvas outside of time. And he stamps into time moments that you can look back on and see his faithfulness. But to him, he sees all of those moments as one moment.
Yeah.
So the time that we took our first pregnancy test to the time that we took this pregnancy test and conceived, and everything in between, all the 11s, all the sad times, all the happy times, everything, he saw it all, and he used time to create a pattern in our lives that we could use as a symbol or a suggestion of the goodness of God in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
And it's so beautiful. It's just like tapestry. It's art. And that's what I love about God.
Oh my gosh.
So baby Billy, due September 2025.
Yeah, baby.
And and the thing is, I'm not even nervous. Are you nervous about being a mother?
No, not really at all. I feel like, just like I was saying earlier, I feel like everything that we've gone through, all the lessons we've learned, has made me feel equipped. I know there's going to be so many times when we have this baby that we're probably just going to feel completely out of our depth and not know what the heck we're doing. But like right now, I don't feel nervous at all. I'm just like, cool, like bring it on. Like we'll figure it out. Like the rest of our time we've figured out. So I feel like nothing we could ever face right now could be what we've experienced. Do you know what I mean? It feels good. It feels like we're on a new adventure. I just see so many exciting times to come. I don't see it being like, okay, now we need to like really buckle down and like get a proper 9-to-5 job and be very serious people and like make sure we have all our ducks in a row. And you know, a lot of people feel like, oh, you need to, you know, have all these things before like you even start trying for a baby because, you know, things need to be perfect. For me, I don't feel that way for us. Like, I just feel like our journey is so organic and just really unravels as we go, as we lean into the surrender and lean into, you know, having the courage to courageously let go. That feels like our thing, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I'm the same. I've never felt like fatherhood was daunting to me. I've always wanted to be a father. I've always felt confident in my ability to be a father and my ability to do what's best for us. Like that's never been in doubt. It's more just the process is like, you know, it's eating away at our energy levels and stuff like that. But it's never been a case of, oh, I'm nervous to be a father, whether I'm going to be good enough or not.
Yeah.
And that was the same when we started trying. I mean, people said it was silly for us to get married at 19 and 20. And then people said it was silly for us to even start thinking about kids that early. Like, we want to get stuff solidified, career, life, things like that. But when we started, the whole reason we've been trying for 9 years is because we started so young.
Literally.
Like we're 30 now, which is average, very average to have children, if not a bit young. So it's kind of wild that we've got 9 years of infertility under our belts and we're still only 30. But the reason we started trying so young is because we were like, we've always had this mentality of just figure it out and have fun. Like we had this vision of being young parents, just kind of traveling the world, making music, creating films, and just seeing what happens and ending up where we end up, and just trusting God throughout the process. And that hasn't changed. I think it's easy now to see some of those like practical and like worldly desires of like wanting to be stable. And there's definitely, I think, more awareness of it because we're older. But I don't want to let it stop me making the decisions we need to make.
Yeah.
It's just about being wise, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's all going to work out.
It's all going to work out.
It's all going to work out.
Yeah.
Me, I think I was a little bit nervous actually about being a mum when we first started trying.
Mm-hmm.
I think there was just a lot of things that I needed to work out in myself. That, having that length of time, having 9 years of growing up essentially, and of self-discovery and just the self-work I've done over the 9 years by myself, together with you, with God, all of those fears have kind of gone now.
Well, that goes to show. Like, I mean, we definitely want to elaborate more on how we got pregnant and all the kind of mentality shifts that happened, and like the medical stuff we went through, the holistic things we looked into, everything we did, which we'll do on a whole nother podcast because there's so much. But I think ultimately when we got pregnant, I was, and I'm sure you can agree, we were in a place where it was just like full acceptance of who we are, who God's created us to be, and where He's taking us. And
and of
surrender.
our bodies as well. I think that's a big thing. Full acceptance of the vessel that you've been given, even if you feel like it's failed you, knowing that it hasn't, that it's been trying to serve you all this time, that it's been working its hardest to work with you, to, create the life that you want or that you love, to hold you. On a side note, Jamarl's got a little beautiful picture around his neck.
Yeah. So you probably would have seen this locket that I've been wearing in videos between like recently. And it's funny because it's a massive spoiler because it's been hiding here in plain sight this whole time.
No one knows.
So,
no one still knows apart from our parents and my brothers. Like,
yeah, at the time of recording, we've only told family and close friends. So it's going to be exciting to actually see people's reactions. But yeah, Beth got me this beautiful locket, and I'm not sure if you can be able to see it with the up close, but
so hold your mic.
So when I open it up, it has our first scan of our baby.
The first picture of our baby.
And it says, "We will love you forever."
That was my Valentine's Day gift for Jamarl.
Yeah. And I burst into tears when I saw it because
it was the cutest thing.
Obviously, seeing our baby for the first time was incredible as it is. But then knowing that I can have my baby here close to me.
Next to your heart.
Mm-hmm. Blessing.
Thank you guys so much for listening, for being there throughout the years of all this jazz. In our next podcast episode, we will be talking about how and why we became pregnant at the time we became pregnant, and all the things that we believe contributed to us getting pregnant at the time that we did, which is pretty juicy, along with all the crazy miracles that happened along the way. Yeah,
we'll be approaching it from a medical, an emotional, a spiritual point of view, looking at all the different holistic elements we incorporate into our lives as well. And just generally kind of focusing on the process of getting pregnant. I mean, everyone knows how it happens.
I don't. Can you care to explain?
Well, anyways.
When a mommy loves a daddy.
Very much. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next podcast episode. This has been the Art of Us podcast with Jamarl and
Beth and Billy. See you later.